It all begins when you use that clever little phone of yours to help wake you up with an alarm.
All right, time to get my
Steam
toothbrush
also
on.
happens when you
Put the
turn on the
toothpaste on,
faucet. That's
put the water
engineering.
on,
The
pretty
sink was
soaked,
engineered to be able
and start
to
this timer.
pour out water when you use it.
Shiny teeth that twinkle, just like the stars in space.
All done.
Steam also occurs in your life when you visit a grocery store, let's say. If you're buying ingredients for a dessert such as brownies, you need to be able to calculate how much money everything is going to cost to make sure that you have enough in your bank account or on you that you can pay with it. It also contains Steam because, as you notice, Natasha uses Apple Pay, which is an electronic version for paying at the grocery store. It connects with the register to take your money, and then voila, you have your ingredients.
Right. Here you are. Have a nice day. Come back to Whole Foods soon.
Steam also occurs
Hi,
when you cook.
welcome to my
You have
cooking
to
show.
use
Today
math in
we're
order to
making
measure out the ingredients
some
properly
nice
so that your
chocolate fudgy
recipe turns out
brownies from
correct.
Whole Foods. Good thing I know my fractions because today we're going to be working a lot with it. Now, the boss calls for 2 eggs. Now the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of water. Now you're gonna take 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. We're gonna take the whisk and mix it all together.
Also
And
occurs in
now
baking because when you put
pull
it in
that
the oven, a chemical reaction will happen in order to make it from a liquid to a solid.
After you spread it out pretty good, you have a nice batch of brownies and your friends will love you.
Hey, what's up,
You
you guys?
also
How are you
use
guys? You guys
Steam
ready to start the
every
school
day,
project?
probably at school, with
Yes.
a laptop or a tablet that you use
You guys
to
got
do
going
schoolwork
the
on.
project?
What do you guys think of this for our group project?
Pretty good theme.
I was looking up this YouTube video on my tablet to see if we could try to incorporate a video into the project as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I should make sure that it's not that long.
Yeah. Like
Because
a
our
minute or
presentation is
so.
only 20 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to change the filters to make sure that it says a shorter period.
Yeah, do you think the kids are like this?
I like to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. And we could even use that as an activity to
Oh,
engage the
yeah.
class.
Steam also occurs when we use our cars. Science for the gasoline being used, technology for the radio, engineering for the structure, art for the design inside, and math for gas mileage tracking.
Magic in the air.